light. He never knew death was in sight. Drill out shots and mash up the scenes. People running with cries and screams. Police fire in the crowd. Another mother crying loud. Her son left home and never returned. A trigger pull and a nation mourn. Why did life get so cheap? And now our family can't even sleep. Remember the name. Go hide the assailant. This is not a game. Only justice could ease the pain. You cause his demise. We don't want no lies. This is not a game. Only justice could ease the pain. That's all we want. For the mothers crying every night. For the innocent losing their lives. All we want is justice. Alejandra was young and strong. The girl never did nothing wrong. She made a choice to walk away, but darkness met her on the way. Candles burning in the rain. Another daughter gone again. So many women living in fear. So many voices nobody hear. Now every mother holding she child tight, praying that they make it home at night. Now the whole country asking why such a sweet soul had to die. Remember the name. Go hide the assailant. This is not a game. Only justice could ease the pain. Can't cause or demise. So Jerry, we don't want no lies. This is not a game. Only justice could ease the pain. That's all we want. For the mothers crying every night. For the innocent losing their lives. All we want is justice. Melva, always full of vibes. Laughing loud, she have the best life. Ready to dance to any beat. Spreading love to all she meet. Then one morning news spread round. A lifeless body in the bush was found. A nation shaken deep inside. With broken hearts and tears we cried. If life have value, show it now. Don't let fear control you, no how. Everyone deserves peace. Not another murder this have to cease. Remember the name. Don't hide the assailant. This is not a game. Only justice could ease the pain. You cause a demise. We don't want no lies. This is not a game. Only justice could ease the pain. That's all we want. For the mothers crying every night. For the innocent losing their lives. All we want is justice. Nilan sat down and shed a drink. He never knew death was at the brink. A young senator, respected name. Know so much mystery, it's a shame. People talking but truth still hide. Questions building island wide. How much more should families cry before this system answer why? From Sutter Street to Grand and Shore, the people say they can't take no more. The authorities must do right. So hear my cry tonight. Remember the name. Go hide the assailant. This is not a game. Only justice could ease the pain. You cause his demise. We don't want no lies. This is not a game. Only justice could ease the pain. That's what we want. For the mothers crying every night. For the innocent losing their life. All we want is justice.
Yeah, this is history. The first Widows of Butch Grove, a champion rise, with one thing in mind, to improve people's lives. She was a teacher, so faithful and kind. She made sure no children was left behind. Some people want to know what is her qualification. I tell them she have a master's in business administration. And if that's still not enough for all you to contemplate, the next thing that all you go hear, Emmeline Pierre have a doctorate. People from near, people from far, what they want is a female prime minister. You hear, sir? Someone who care about the future. The diaspora want a female prime minister. Oh, people from near, people from far, want Emmeline Pierre to be the prime minister. Little children, grandma and grandpa, say they want a female prime minister. I remember when Emmeline came on the scene, I always knew she was heading for great things. The way she talked to people in the public, we appreciate you, Emmeline girl, when you speak. Because so many years you suffer in politics. The first time the woman run, Patrick Simmons give her some licks, but she never give up. The woman never quit. That is how I know she have determination and grit. People from near, people from far, what they want is a female prime minister. You hear, sir? Someone who care about the future. The diaspora want a female prime minister. Hey, people from near, people from far, want Emmeline Pierre to be the prime minister. Little children, grandma and grandpa, say they want a female prime minister. Emmeline could talk, that woman could debate. Her mind real sharp, she should be running this state. A woman of faith, her tolerance is so great. She does compensate when people illiterate. So many detractors throwing dirty remarks. One thing that I know, they could never present the facts. This woman they call Emmeline Pierre, she is so glorified. Say what the hell all you want, but her limit is the sky. People from near, people from far, what they want is a female prime minister. Yes, sir. Someone who care about the future. The diaspora want a female prime minister. Hey, people from near, people from far, want Emmeline Pierre to be the prime minister. You hear, man? Little children, grandma and grandpa, say they want a female prime minister. 20-something years, this woman stood for a cause, overcame obstacles and breakdown of barriers. Never got involved with political wars. Her main objective was helping the sufferers. This woman had a span when you cannot make ends meet. Emmeline very down to earth, she does support vendors on the streets. So what it is I am asking, to give Emmeline a chance. It's time that we put a woman in charge of we governance. People from near, people from far, what they want is a female prime minister. Someone who cares about the future. The diaspora want a female prime minister. Hey, people from near, people from far, want Emmeline Pierre to be the prime minister. You hear, man? Little children, grandma and grandpa, say they want a female prime minister. I tell Emmeline to go assemble a team, because my sweet little country need rescuing from them vampires who run in the system. It's only the friends and family that benefiting, Lord. So I'm asking the people to show love for this lady, because I think she deserves to be treated like royalty. Once again I'm asking to give Emma your support. A better standard of living is what Emmeline promote. People from near, people from far, what they want is a female prime minister.
And good night to Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. And wherever you are locally, regionally, internationally, we say a special good night to you. Starting off with my good friends over the pond, we're saying a special good night to all of you.
But with so much strength,
Good night to you, the geezer. I know you're locked in and listening. Hope you're having a fabulous day today.
from sin
Well, I hope you had a fabulous day yesterday because it's already Friday in your neck of the woods.
men enjoy all of
So I do hope you had a fabulous day yesterday
no man will have life from the notary state.
and that you do have a fabulous day today.
We to
The
suffer,
same goes for all our UK listeners. Irvin, good night to you, bro.
most of them society.
And my good friend who called me this morning, gave me permission to call your name on air, so I can't call your name on air. But my good friend who called me from the UK this morning,
Yeah,
saying a special good morning to you.
man, showing my appreciation. This little world could be so much worse, but they help us to struggle on. Not
And let me say a special good night to those of you listening out there in the US.
only, yeah, show love
Izzy, good night to you, my dear.
and let's pray for women each day.
Wendy and Maguire, good night to you.
Some men treat women like handkerchief
Ren, good night, bro.
to stay. That was not good in the old days, much less
Mrs. Louisa Frame, good night to you.
on the job they can get it.
Hey, let me say a special good night to Mr. Ashton Frame. Mr. and Mrs. Ashton Frame, good night to you. I haven't said good night to Mr. Ashton Frame for quite a while, huh?
This habit's done instead.
Brother Frame, how are you doing?
Really, we don't have say in it. Is the poverty who keep harassing them? We have to deal with real quick.
So let me say a special good night to our listeners out there in Texas, Maryland, those of you listening in Philadelphia, those of you in Atlanta,
Them little ones,
those of you out there in California. Doc, what you doing? Yeah, we have some doctors listening out there in California. No, one or two in about three doctors. I don't know how come. There's three doctors. The three listeners I know in California, all three are medical doctors.
was what they help us to struggle on.
Those that I know. I don't know if there are other listeners there, but the three that I know, all three medical doctors.
They all here. Show love
So we say a special good night to each and every one of you.
and let's pray for women each day.
To those of you and on the CB radio tonight, you're listening to Talking Points, but you're traveling interstate. The truck drivers, I did see one or two of you down here in Grenada over the last few months, yeah.
Men all around us, not to men.
So I say a special good night to all of you as well.
They're just important as us to keep stability in our house. Some are pioneers in we history, in education and healthcare. Most times women help us to bond no matter
Yeah, Washington, D.C.
religion. Me and
Our Floridians, good night to all of the Floridians in the house tonight.
Sean, mother
And Puerto Rico.
Mary devoted her life to many in need. The impact
There's a good buddy of mine in the Dominican Republic.
of our social and political
He's actually a government minister over there, and from time to time he does listen to Talking Points. Hey, mi compadre.
strong.
No, I can't speak Spanish, no.
This is my dedication.
No hablo español.
Showing my appreciation. This little
Habláis, hablan. Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, but no habla español.
struggle on. Nothing on earth can replace women. Lift them up every day.
So saying a special good night to my brethren out there in the Dominican Republic.
All day. And let's pray for women each day.
And all listeners in Antigua, Anguilla, St. Kitts, yeah, the Virgin Islands, my good friends out there in the Turks and Caicos, Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao,
Man, but women starting
St. Lucia, you know, yeah, that's your boy. All you know, I can't forget all you, yeah.
to bring up
The listeners down there in Trinidad and Tobago.
love to have equal treatment.
Lisa Windsor, good night to you.
And full control.
Good night to the huzzy. I know he's listening. He's actually locked in more than you. I know.
We have to stop making them feel all of them should look like Barbie. Whether they
And let me say good night to the train line squad, yeah.
up your sins
Bayshore Road, good night to all of you down there in Marbella.
in many shapes and sizes, uniqueness to protrude. So we have to stop body shaming. This human
Yeah, this one is going to be a long one, eh?
yeah. This is my dedication to women.
Because I was listening to, I listened to the press conference, yeah.
All could be so much worse, but they help us to struggle on.
I believe in this thing that does dazzle you with a lot of nonsense. Yeah, I would say another word, but we have pastors listening, so.
Once you hold there,
Not only do we have doctors, lawyers, and so on, we have pastors listening, so I have to be very careful.
education to women, showing my appreciation. This little world could be so much worse, but they
I had given you a taste of what it would be like to shop under NNP administration. So they're giving you some VAT-free days where the price of goods supposed to go down. So you will feel what it is like, the kind of condition in you for when the new National Party administration reach in. So they put it in place, they line you feel where it will feel like to be able to shop under NNP administration, yeah?
Good night to you once again.
And let me say a special good night to political leader, the Honorable Emlyn Pear. And let me say Dr. Emlyn Pear, you know, I watch you done calling out the thing already, you know.
Political style.
in our timing, we take it at the right time, yeah.
Great things are possible from the belly of poverty. Fastest political victory in
Let me say a special good night to former Prime Minister Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell.
the NNP.
I do hope that you're having a very restful and wonderful night tonight, sir.
To fear, you knew that your vision was clear to take your party into another gear. Northwest was quite impressed. You gave them your very best. Farewell, we wish you well. And inside of the NNP, you build pillars for eternity. Farewell, we wish you well. For all those years of struggle,
Before I get in trouble,
since farewell.
let me say a very special good night to the listeners over there in Barbados. The dozens of cousins that I have over there that I have never met. I don't know them, yeah? And all loyal listeners in Barbados. No, not just Bajan, you know, there are many people over there that are actually listening to the program, yeah?
And the
Our Jamaican listeners, good night to you as well.
problems, you are champion.
And to our European listeners, I'm just going to put it general, or European listeners, good night to you all as well.
Infrastructure. In your heart is a special place for the poor and vulnerable.
I know somebody go message me from Nicaragua or somewhere and say, well, you
They could carry you no more, but you lifted them, that's what history would show. You provided opportunities, preschool to university. Farewell, we wish you well. And inside of the NNP, you build pillars.
You know what? For the next 15 or so minutes, I am going to give you the opportunity to call, because once I start the program, it's going to be difficult to take calls. I'm going to tell you all that from now. It's going to be difficult once I start playing the clips and explaining certain things. It's going to be difficult to take your calls. So I am going to take your calls now. Yeah, 440-7377. You can call us now. You can call us directly, or you can call us on the WhatsApp. The WhatsApp is always clearer than the direct calls, but if that's what you can do, give us a call, 440-7377.
Over 40
Because once I get into these issues, it is going to be near impossible for me to take the calls.
lights of which we never see. No one could come close to eclipse your
And I want to congratulate all of you that went out to the forum last night.
light. We're witnessing who that tries. Longest serving
It was wonderful to see so many people coming out, and especially so many young folks coming out,
hate or right, that did not matter.
asking questions, sharing their ideas of where they believe the country should be heading, which direction the country should be heading when it comes to youth development.
The game.
And you did have other people there that were able to ask questions about St. Patrick as well, and different St. Patrick issues, St. Patrick specific issues.
For the ace of spade. Farewell. We wish
For instance, you all know I've always been an advocate. Yeah, hey, Mr. Handsome, stop giving trouble, eh? Stop giving trouble, Mr. Handsome. Well, you all know I've always been an advocate of having a ferry between the north of the island and the south of the island. I'll get back to that. We have a call online. Hello, good night. Hello, good night. Hello, good night. Go right ahead, caller. Hello. Okie doke. Yes, callers. Just remember when you call, pay attention on the phone line. Yeah, because we are listening. We are here. We are listening. So let's try that again.
Good night, Sheldon.
Hi, good night. Go right ahead, caller. You're live.
How are you? How was your day?
I'm quite fine. I'm good. You go ahead.
Sheldon, let me tell you, I really enjoyed this town hall.
No, you go ahead, caller.
Yeah,
go ahead.
right.
Pay attention on the phone line.
I really enjoy and appreciate this town hall meeting that it has. I listened it last night and it was real good. I tell you that the amount of questions that was asked, it's food for thought. It's just food for thought, and at least the young people, they are seeing themselves as being in the know, to know what is going on. Because, you know, many times people just telling them and they're talking all kind of nonsense. We distracting the brains from listening to the right thing. But these young people, and the majority of the young people, are really hats off to them. And I pray that at the time, when the time comes, they'll do the right thing. And the thing about it, children, I know right now they want to see they could bribe people to say they're giving a day for this and a day for that, and they tax free and all them kind of things. Why all the time they ain't doing that? They feel they could fool fools, but they can't fool me, and a lot of people they cannot fool. So let them stay with the bad vibes and see if they could chain other people, but they know who they're attacking. Have a good night and take care.
All right, good night to you, my friend. Thank you so very much. Yes, indeed, folks. 44073, I had to smile. 4407377. That is the number for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. Yeah, hey, MF, good night. Good night to you, MF. Yeah, Ronel, yeah, I'll handle you after the program. That's not a problem. And, oh boy, yeah. And let me see, for those of you who are out there in New York, the celebration of life of Miss Millicent Royster Sylvester, that is going to be taking place on a Friday the 31st of July from 10:38 a.m. at the St. Thomas Aquinas RC Church in 1550 Hendrickson Street, Brooklyn, New York, 11234, between Avenue P and Flatlands Avenue. And that will be followed by the burial at the Holy Cross Cemetery, 3620 Tilden Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, 11203. She was an ardent listener to this program, as is her husband. And let me go to the phone lines again. Hello, good night. Good night, listener. Go right ahead. Oh, good night, caller. Go right ahead.
Yes, good night, Brother Sheldon.
Hey, how you doing? I'm good, man. You go right ahead.
All right. Yeah, Brother Sheldon, everybody is to their own opinion and everything, eh? But, you know, we have to be thankful that the government side, right, has listened to our opposition team, right? When the Honorable Emmeline Pierre and the team of the new National Party candidates in the town hall meetings that we are having are asking the government to look into the hardship of the cost of living of our people. And the truth is that regardless under what condition that they're doing it, whether we understand the rhetorics, we understand the whole thing about, you know, the tactics that is used, but we want to make sure that we say thanks. We are grateful that they respond. So we are showing the people of Grenada that our team is effective. Did you hear me?
Yes,
Our
yes, we're
team
hearing you.
is effective, and when we call, they answer. You know, although we've been calling a long time, but I'm happy that as we call lately that they responded. But the only thing though I want to point out quickly is that they haven't planned this thing properly. All right? Now I'm not speaking on the two sides of my face, right, of my mouth. Because if they want to tell us that they're having 2 days for tax-free or VAT-free or whatever they call it, and they cannot tell us beforehand what are the days yet, and they make an announcement, that right there is a concern. That right there is a concern. So the administration has to understand that we, the people of Grenada, as the last caller said, we are not foolish. We are very intelligent. And we monitor and we see what's going on. But thanks for the little break. Thanks for it. All right, take care.
All right, thank you so very much, Pastor. 44073. I find someone like all afraid to talk about it. I'm telling you. 4407377. That is the number to call. And to get onto the inside of tonight's program, I did. Well, you only have to call. Get on the inside at tonight's program. Mr. Handsome, behave. Mr. Handsome, behave. All right? Nice. He get in trouble. Yeah? He get in trouble. 4407377. Give us a call. Let us hear your views on some of the things taking place before we branch off and start to play with clips and start to explain things, because I'm telling all you, I go see the phone line ringing and I go can't answer, because it's going to be a lot. Yeah, we have a lot to get into there. Nice? Yeah. So I'm giving you all the opportunity to call now, huh?
Sure. You're providing opportunities, preschool to university. Farewell, we wish you well. And inside of the LNP, you'll be...
Say good night to Mr. Bethel and Associates there. Mr. Bethel, there are 2 Mr. Bethels there. So there's the one who is the printer with the place over there in Calavini. So if you're looking to print your tickets for your show thing, you're looking to print your wedding, you want some nice colored embossed invites for like a wedding and that kind of thing on quality paper, check Mr. Bethel, the printery up there. Like when you're coming, if you're coming from Tong direction, after you pass the supermarket and you're coming up there in what does call that area then? After you pass what does called SOG, right? After you pass SOG on that side and you're coming up, you're going to see the sign there on the same side. You won't see Bethel's printing there, yeah? So you could get your thing printed there nice, and so you could get some nice embossed printing and them kind of thing. That man is a boss. He's been doing that for a lot of years. We have a caller online. Hello, good night. Hello, good night, caller. Go right ahead.
Yes, sir. I wanted to see the conman get ugly minister, potato minister, saltfish minister,
Go ahead.
Kaki, and Katif, and them to agree to give 2 days VAT-free shopping. Well, this is the stupidest thing I ever heard. Instead of reducing the VAT from 15 to 5, and let people shop at their ease, you give them 2 days, so you're telling the supermarket to have a sale? That is so stupid. This con man get these stupid ministers and them to agree to this foolishness. And another thing is, Marquis Bridge is falling down.
I'll come into it, yeah. I'll come into Marquis Bridge and thing just now, giving people the opportunity to call now. Yeah, Marquis Bridge is falling down. Marquis Bridge is falling down. Tano my fair lady, dinner man. Right. You better deal with it quickly. No, my fair lady. 440 7377. We're giving you the opportunity to call and get onto the inside now in the next 3 or so minutes if you don't call, because I'm going to go into the clips and so on for tonight. Good night, Virginia Beach. Yeah, I just see Virginia Beach. Good night to you. Yeah, I hope you all are having a wonderful night tonight over there in Virginia Beach. Yeah. No, I hope all you know on the beach in this already night. Montu, good night, Papa. Mommy George, good night to you too. Let me see here. People checking in, man. They're telling me where they're listening from. Yeah, I know who's the man that's put all the Bluetooth speaker in Montu. But go ahead, Papa. One of these days I'll go find out too. I must meet you. 440-7377. That is the number for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. You know, yeah, I think it's time. Yeah, let me start with thing here because let me see. Oh, Tortola, check in. New York, check in. Tortola, check in. Yeah, okay, everybody on the inside tonight. Everybody is on the inside tonight. Let's go to the phone line again. Hello, good night, caller.
Yeah, and good night, clocking in.
Clock it.
How you do?
I'm fine. You go right ahead. I'm going to put the phone down, but you go right ahead.
Okay, well, listen, I was watching Simon Says today, and I hear Mr. Cornwall was talking concerning the VAT. When one of the media was asking certain question, and, you know, the man for me to say how much days and what time, and, you know, as a minister and the prime minister watching kind of eyes. He need to do better than that. You're on social media, everybody watching you, the whole world watching at you in that kind of manner. He need to step up. He needs to step up a lot. As a minister, he ain't ready yet. You should have a good night.
All right, my dear. Thank you so very much. Yes, indeed. And you know, usually I don't take that phone if I had to take that phone. And let me apologize to all the listeners. Usually they're on Noise Radio. Yeah, had a little hiccup there. So they should be on anytime now. So they shouldn't have a problem. They should be on anytime now. And let's go to the phone lines once again. Yeah, let's go to the phone lines. Oh, let me stop this here and let me get the phone lines over here. And we have a caller on the line. Hello, good night.
Good night, Geezer. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good, Geezer. How are you doing?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Not bad at all.
All right.
I've just what I can't understand is that your government, right, is only giving VAT on food for 2 days a month. Why can't they put it to the whole? Just drop it down completely, because people are going to have to wait until the end of the month to get VAT free food. That don't make sense to me. So why can't they just put it down, you know, fully instead of just doing 2 days a week? That don't make sense to me.
Well, I'll be getting deeper into that in a while, because I think there's some aspects of that people need to understand, people need to look at, and understand where the government is coming with this, where they've stolen that idea from. I'll be going into that in a short while. Well,
I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, we as you know, certain other countries, they're just dropping the government are just telling the supermarkets to drop the VAT, or they're dropping the VAT on certain items right across the board, and that's it. You know, it's not going to be 2 days a week or 2 days a month. It's totally straight. Now, I just don't know why your government are not doing it. That makes sense.
No, your country has a new prime minister as of this week. Your sixth prime minister, I think, in how many years? Seventh prime minister in about 10 years.
In 10 years.
And one of the first things that he said, I was listening to his inaugural address, and one of the first things he said he would address is the cost of living. He didn't wait. Correct. He didn't say, okay, let me see people suffer for 3 months and then look at if we can do something in 3 months down the road. He immediately started measures. I think he changed his Chancellor of the Exchequer, etc. He changed different people. And one of the first things he did is that he started to address that particular issue. And
That's right. He started doing it on the bills
Yeah.
and the food and everything.
And that is commendable to take that sort of initiative and that sort of action. Meanwhile, here in Grenada, we've had to be speaking since last year into this year about the cost of electricity and the cost of food. And I've been coming here, and let me pat myself on the back, because we all did this together. Yeah? We have to be coming here and reading the consumer price index on a monthly basis for people to know, look, we have a crisis, we have a cost of living crisis in this country.
That's right, but what I can't understand is he's just allowing 2 days a month until the end of the year type of thing. And I'm thinking, that's just craziness, because people can't wait just for 2 days per month. They need it every day. So, you know what I mean? Just for 2 days per month, you know, you're going to get VAT free on, you know, on certain items and stuff. That's crazy. Just drop it completely right across the board, yeah, for the whole duration, because at the end of the day, VAT, I don't know what your VAT is over there, but we're 20% over here.
15%, and it ranges. For some items, it could be 10%, some 7.5%, but the majority of items, it's at 15%.
Yeah, well, we're 20% right across the board.
Yeah, but you all also have a navy. We don't. You all have to fund a navy and an army. And
but what I just don't understand is why 2 days per month. That just sounds crazy. That's all I'm, you know, what I'm looking at is just, that just sounds absolutely crazy. People have to wait 2 days just to go and get VAT free food. That's just madness.
Yes, indeed.
Anyway, Giza.
All right, Giza. Thank you so very much, my brother. You have a good one.
Okay, brother. And you. Bye.
Yes, indeed, folks. And I know someone else was trying to call as well. If that person calls now, I will be able to take your... In fact, you know what? Let me call them back. Yeah, let me call them back so that they would get the opportunity to say what they have to say before I get into the discussions for tonight and start playing the clips for tonight. And hello, good night.
Good night, Mr. Scott.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Good night. I'm doing fine, and how are you, sir?
I am quite okay. Not perfect, because when I start to talk just now, you're going to see. It's what?
Okay, I know there's a lot to talk about.
Yes,
and
that's why I'm taking the calls early. And I'll be going until 10:30, because there's a lot that has to be said. Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. I'm sitting here looking at you, and I'm thinking about all the things that had been said prior to the reign of this government. As a result of the things that's being said and what's happening now, I think it's a shame. It's a shame to see that the people has to be going through these things now. Now this government that we're speaking about here, they're the ones who raised the cost of living. When they got into office, they brought up the price of goods, thus causing us to be going through this hardship. You remember they removed the cap on gasoline, they removed the cap on electricity, they removed the cap on everything. Now they're using an election ploy to make us believe that what they're doing is good for us. This is not good for the Grenadian people. This is just a plaster and a soap. And if we fall for it this time, we fall for the Opodo, then we'll be in serious trouble. I can say it without qualms. Now, I am listening to persons on the other side. This morning I was listening to a program, and I heard one of the surrogates from this party asking the opposition, senators, to say thanks to the no government for putting measures in place to help us with cost of living. That's a shame. And Sheldon, I hope the Grenadian people paying attention. I hope they remember all the things that were said in the last campaign. And I hope they know now that everything that those people are trying to do is to put a spoke in our wheel, because they're the ones who creating all the problem. Have a nice night, sir.
All right. Thank you so very much, my brother. And folks, we're going to take a close on the calls at this time as we get into our discussions for tonight. Yeah, as we get into our discussions for tonight, we take a close on that. You all remember just earlier this week, I was showing you all a picture of a man trying to play like he's the new Maurice Bishop, that kind of thing. Yeah, it's that picture I was showing you all earlier this week and so. Yeah, that's of the present Prime Minister together with the Cuban president here and the Nicaraguan president here. Well, the latest news is that the Nicaraguan president here has stated that no more elections in the country, not giving the opposition any chance. See how he hugging up a certain individual here? He say he not giving anybody a chance to come in power. This individual here, who is he's standing up next. He hug. You see how look how he hug him up. Yeah, hand tight on him, boy. Gain him advice. Yeah, because he's saying that he will no longer have elections in his country. He has decided that elections are a waste of time. You're just giving the opposition chance. So that is it. Done with democracy. You think it's me saying it? No, I'm not just saying thing. This is actually on, you could check CNN if you trust CNN. You could check CNN. Yeah, say you will end. Why isn't the U.S. treating this like Cuba? Right? Yeah, no, the man says straight up, no more elections. No more elections in his country. Yeah? He ain't going through that. Done with democracy. Yeah? And he has certain people that have him as a hero. Eh? Yeah, that is a hero. So when you see certain types of behaviors, understand what they are seeing in the future that they would like to implement on you, the Grenadian people. Did I say, show me your friends and I tell you? Old people know the rest of that. I ain't had to repeat it. But show me your friends. And I will add to that, show me your idols as well. Yeah, Reuters. Yeah, no, just not seeing it on Reuters too. Never again for elections. Never again. No. I hear certain people saying that in Grenada here, never again. I know where they're getting it from now. Never again when it comes to elections. Yeah? I hear certain people here want to play this Mini Maurice. Yeah, they want to play this Mini Maurice. I understand what do them. But that is the mentality of some people, and that is the mentality of those individuals that we have in office right now. You see who they want to associate with. Even the Cubans, people that think Cuba does have elections, you know. They have elections. Yeah? Nicaragua said they're done with that. They want to have no more elections again. Then earlier today, no, we're moving fast. We offer that already now. Earlier today, I saw a news release that came out from the Grenada Tourism Authority, where they said that they have now, they didn't say if they resign, they didn't say if they fired, they didn't say anything. When they come out and they say the statement is here, the Grenada Tourism Authority announces that Mrs. Stacey Liburd has concluded her tenure as Chief Executive Officer of the authority effective July 22nd, 2026. Mrs. Liburd assumed the leadership of the Grenada Tourism Authority in June 2025, and during her tenure, she held responsibility for the authority's executive management, destination marketing, and stakeholder engagement functions for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique in both established and emerging markets. And they have a set of thing here, like if Miss Liburd didn't tell all of that, all they go and all they put that there for her. Yeah, all they go and all they write that thing and put it there as it's like, Miss Liburd didn't tell all of that, because from what I hear, all they fire the woman. Yeah? I leave with cherished memories, lasting friendships, and deep appreciation for you. I ain't good doubt that part. Yeah? But she ain't leave on good terms. Don't try that shot on us. Yeah? Don't try that shot on us. So let's try it again in front of it. Or let's go and listen on press conference. Or listen on press release. From what we have picked up here, at Talking Points, the allegation is that the woman was fired. They get rid of her because the tourism numbers not looking as good as they would like them to look. The carnival season, the expectations that they were expecting isn't taking place. Yeah, the homecoming didn't come home at all. And they have to find somebody to blame. So guess who they're blaming? Because as far as we know, the term of office is supposed to be a full 2 years. Yeah? 2 years. That is what was advertised. We were told that the woman comes highly qualified, all kind of thing. That is what don't take it from me. This was the advertisement for the job that she got. Or if you get the advertisement still up on all your websites, or you could go and take it down now. In fact, don't think. Just change the date and thing on it now, because that's the same. Yeah. All you go need that one again right now for a new officer. The term of office, the contract, 2 years. It is looking for a chief executive officer. That is the person you just fire from what we hear. Yeah? We hear all your fire. Dolan and them. Yes. The same Dolan who up to now we don't know if he's declared his assets to the Integrity Commission as he is legally required. Integrity Commission ain't saying nothing, and obviously he ain't saying nothing. But last we knew, there was a notice from the Integrity Commission that the Dolan that in charge of the Grenada Tourism Authority, and I think he in charge of the Housing Authority too, that he did not declare his assets as he was supposed to. Yeah? And we hear heat of fire. So we hear. Yeah? Tell us if we lie. If we lie on what we've been told. So the contract is for 2 years. Salary, I'll put that there. Yeah, okay. And this was back when? The closing deadline was the 18th of March 2025. So last year, March. That was the close for that application. And so, right, only suitable candidates will be selected, contacted, that kind of thing. Right. So after you all had put this out, it's still on your Pure Grenada website. Yeah, thank you, Alex, for the Alexandra Otway Noel for the design of the logo and the concept of Pure Grenada. Alexandra Otway is the one that did that. Yeah, just have to make sure, because these guys, the way they're going right now, they're trying to make it look like them do everything under the sun. I was at the launch. I have the total explanation in relation to the Fabergé nutmeg concept of the Pure Grenada logo, everything. And I could tell you I was there. I could tell you it's a man that worked for Coca-Cola that designed that thing. When Alex do something, she do it proper. Yes, and Alex? I'm a girl. Yes, indeed. Yeah, folks. So, she had a 2-year contract. Yeah, she started with the authority in June of 2025. And now in July of 2026, the 2 years ain't finished yet, unless you're counting only 2 years in dog years. But the 2 years ain't finished yet. So we don't know how Ole saying that she's completed her contract. Just admit Ole fired the woman. Ole needed a scapegoat. Because the fiscal report that you all put out speak of declines in tourism. So you all needed a scapegoat to pin the homecoming thing on, to pin the reduction in visitors for the carnival season that you all know is taking place. Because people were warning you all that people were overcharging for places to stay for the carnival season. Nobody listened, nobody dealt with that issue, and a lot of people who were going to come cancel. Plus, due to the present situation, price of the tickets are very high to come in Grenada. So a lot of people that had the intention have pulled back. And only needed somebody to blame because the figures ain't going to look nice. The homecoming that you all promised people, 4,000 people go come for, 400 don't even come. So you all need somebody to blame. We realize you're going to blame the woman. You're going to blame she. You understand? Yeah, that was the same person when she come in. Only had it like she was the best thing since sliced bread for tourism. That is how you all had the thing, you know. You all had the thing like...
Stacey LeBird, a highly regarded tourism professional with more than 15 years of experience in destination marketing, stakeholder engagement, and tourism development, and brings a strong record of leadership, innovation, and regional expertise to the role. Prior to her appointment here in Grenada, LeBird served as Director of Tourism at the Anguilla Tourist Board, where she led award-winning marketing campaigns, expanded international airlift, and championed sustainable tourism growth. Her career spans strategic market expansion, branding positioning, aviation partnerships, and the execution of large-scale events across prestigious platforms including Virtuoso Travel Week, ILTM Cannes, and IMX Americas. Chairman of the Grenada Tourism Authority, Randall Dolan, expressed profound gratitude to outgoing CEO Petra Roach while welcoming LeBird to the GTA.
We would like to welcome Ms. Stacey LeBird to Grenada, to Pure Grenada. And she's, of course, will be coming in to replace Ms. Petra Roach, who has done an extremely wonderful and terrific job elevating and boosting the tourism product here in Grenada and to tourism across the world, really putting Grenada on the map. We know that Ms. LeBird will continue exactly where Petra left off, because she comes with a wealth of industry knowledge of strategic marketing, destination marketing, and we know that will be an asset and pay great dividends to the state of Grenada, especially as we continue that work and ensure that everyone is well represented, the economy continues to grow, GDP continues to grow, and all of the stakeholders continue to see profitability in tourism. At this point, Grenada continues to trend upward, and we do have quite a number of very ambitious projects on the way that we're going to be looking to market. And again, using tourism as the main engine of economic growth and development for the state. So we know that having someone that's very knowledgeable and experienced in this role was an important choice. We did a very comprehensive and robust search for a new CEO, and Ms. LeBird was ultimately the very best candidate.
Minister for Tourism, the Creative Economy and Culture, Honorable Adrian Thomas, commended outgoing CEO of GTA Petra Roach while welcoming LeBird to the team.
We are thrilled to welcome Mrs. Stacey LeBird as the new CEO of the Grenada Tourism Authority. Her innovative perspective and commitment to excellence will undoubtedly enhance our effort to expand Grenada's presence in the international tourism market and foster sustainable development within the industry. Mrs. LeBird brings a wealth of experience and a visionary approach to the role, promising to lead Grenada's tourism industry into a new era of sustainable growth and global recognition.
Roach, who joined the GTA since 2021, will now transition to a senior leadership role in the private sector with Wyndham Hotels and Restaurants. For MTV News, Cadicia Franklin.
So yes, indeed, folks, yeah? But we hear all your fire. That is what we hear. We hear all your fire. All you need somebody to take the fall. So all you needed a fall woman, not a fall guy. All you needed a fall woman, and we hear all your fire the woman. That is what we hear. So I buy, so I sell. If I didn't hear, I wouldn't tell. All right? Nice. Folks, I want you all to listen now. You'll be moving quick tonight. We can't stick on any one thing for any length of time. Yeah, all we hear is all your fire the woman. That ain't song ain't nice. Yeah? We know all you heading down to elections and all kind of things, so all you need to do all kind of erections. But all your fire the woman. We hear that. Nice. Okay, so folks, let me go to, no, not that one day. You over here, right? Yeah, over here you have to come.
Today I'm pleased to announce a temporary, targeted and responsible cost of living assistance program aimed at helping households, businesses and the wider economy manage the effects of rising global food and energy prices. For several months now, the government of Grenada has been carefully monitoring developments in the international economy, particularly movements in the global oil prices, food prices, shipping costs, and the supply chain conditions. Our approach has always been deliberate and evidence-based. We have consistently assured...
So all you deliberately make we catch we hell for the whole year so far? He said their moves have been deliberate, so they deliberately make we catch we hell for the last few months. Anyway, go ahead, Papa.
Consistently assured whether these pressures were likely to temporary or whether they represent a more sustained external shock requiring government intervention. Unfortunately, recent developments in the Middle East, including the collapse of the ceasefire and the renewed escalation of military conflict, has significantly increased the likelihood that elevated fuel price, freight costs, and imported food inflation will persist for some time.
Oh, so Ole didn't mind that it was happening already. But now, within the last week, that is because, remember, he's speaking here. Now, let me split this screen. Yeah. He's speaking here of the collapse of the ceasefire. Any one of you that's been following the news know that the ceasefire only collapsed in the last week. That is when Iran starts sending missiles. I hear they hit our US barracks or something now. That is when Iran starts sending missiles and America starts sending the missiles and things back at them again. That is when the shooting start back again. But the price of oil has been high for the past 2 to 3 months. It has crossed $100 a barrel several times over that period. And in fact, today, it go over $100 again. So this is not something that has suddenly happened in the last week, that suddenly and just now need your attention. This has been something that needed your attention for several months. Turks and Caicos, Bahamas, you have Bermuda, starting from up there. You could come quite down the road here. You could say Antigua, Barbados, yeah, all of these countries. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, St. Lucia to a lesser extent, yeah, Anguilla. All of these islands have been taking measures to protect their people for the last few months. Their people, they're not going through what Grenadians been going through. We have been going through something that we did not need to go through. And here he comes saying that due to the collapse of the ceasefire. So what about all the few months that we've been going through this thing? That every time you walk in the supermarket, you forget an item, and you walk back into the supermarket and the price change. I mean, I'm just joking that they wouldn't do that. But I mean, you understand what's going on. The price of items keep going up. Every time a shipment comes in, the price is different. The price gone up even more. You have been paying the higher electricity bills. In fact, most people receiving their bills in a couple of weeks. But for the past 2-3 cycles, you've been seeing this significant increase in the cost of electricity. Only now, they know to come and do something about it. Let me hear some more from him. Now, let me hear some more first.
For countries like Grenada, that imports most of our fuel and a significant portion of our food, these developments inevitably place pressure on the cost of.
We don't import most of our fuel. We import all of our fuel. We have nothing drilling here. GPG willing to bring a LNG plant, a floating LNG plant, put it in Grenadian waters and start extracting out of how much trillions of cubic meters of natural gas we have. That would have helped us to be able to, in fact, you would have been making millions of dollars on a monthly basis. Not a couple 100,000, not a couple tens of thousands, millions of dollars on a monthly basis right now. Yeah? That could have been going back into the Grenadian economy. You may also have been able to switch some of your generation from diesel over to liquid natural gas, LNG. Yeah? GPG, for the last 4 years, have been talking to this government. We could have been in active production since the year 2022, 2023. We could have been in active production. But you come and say, tell us which part in Grenada it does get oil and gas. Tell us. I know where it have natural gas, but your government is the one that's stopping it from being extracted to the benefit of the Grenadian people, especially with the cost of it right now. The company would have been making back their money faster, and Grenadians would have been receiving a larger and larger amount from the returns from the sale of the liquid natural gas. In other words, Let's say the company says they're starting off they're taking 70% and they're giving Grenada 30% of every dollar they make out of the gas that they pull out of Grenadian waters. That will exist for, let's say, the first year. The second year, the figure would change. You might have a 60-40. So Grenada getting 40, they getting 60. And then by the time you get down to the fifth year, it may change to a 50-50. And then it flip over to Grenada side, Grenada getting the larger amount. So Grenada could be getting 60 or 70, and the company stays at 30%. Right after they've paid off all they have to pay off, they get back their money. If they spend 200 million, they get back the 200 million. By that time now, it effectively transfers and Grenada start getting the bigger portion out of every dollar. This individual sitting there, he and he government avoiding you getting that right now. 3 weeks now, they had to have a press conference in relation to oil and gas. They can't have it. You know why they can't have it? Because GPG come out and talk. And they don't want to face the questions that they know they're going to have to face in relation to it. So they're coming to dazzle people with gubar. If you ask a Trinidadian Indian what gubar is, but they're trying to dazzle us with gubar. Yeah? Go ahead, Papa. Let me hear what more you have to say.
This is not inflation created in Grenada. It is imported inflation.
While it is not inflation created in Grenada, it can be inflation managed in Grenada. While it is imported inflation, there are measures that can be taken to deal with the volume of the inflation as the items enter Grenada. Don't sit down there like you're so innocent. You're the Minister of Finance. You could have dealt with it a long time ago.
While we cannot control international events, we can act responsibly to reduce the impact on our people. Accordingly, Cabinet has approved a temporary and carefully targeted package of relief measures that will provide immediate assistance while we continue to investigate the long-term solutions like renewable energy, food and nutrient security, agricultural production, and greater economic resilience. These measures are temporary, they are targeted, and they are affordable. Most importantly, they are designed to protect people without compromising the country's fiscal stability. Measure number 1, removal of VAT on electricity. Government will temporarily remove the VAT on electricity consumption for all categories of consumers from August through December 2026.
You're announcing it today. Why they couldn't remove it from the next bill that we have, the July bill that we get in? It's easy to do. Remember, Grenlec is not owned by WRB. We don't have to go to any company in Miami and negotiate with them to get the price of electricity down in Grenada. The company is owned by Grenada. And as such, we had to go through that. But okay, we're getting something off. Nice, great. That is what, 7.5% off of the bill? I mean, NNP gave 30% off in 2020, but you're giving us 7.5% off of the bill here. Okay, go right ahead. Yes, that's just note here, because the VAT is 7.5%. Remember, they had reduced it to that. So 7.5%.
This means that every electricity consumer will benefit, including residential households, small commercial businesses, large commercial customers, industrial customers, public institutions, and all other electricity users. Electricity is a key input throughout our economy. Reducing VAT on electricity lowers costs across households, businesses, and products.
Imagine the talk that Emlyn Pierre had to talk for you to realize that. Your political leader and prime minister accused the NNP of yapping. Then if we are to yap and yap and yap to get these benefits to the Grenadian people, then we go yap. No problem. Yapping every day, every hour, every minute, every second. We go yap as much as we have to get all the benefits that we have to get for the Grenadian people. Because all year we're telling you all need to do this. We warned you all back in was the budget presentation of 2023 about what you all were doing when it came to electricity, and you all didn't listen, but now you had to listen by force.
Sectors helping to ease inflationary pressures more broadly. Measure 2, removal of customs service charge on fuel for electricity generation. Government.
That's a very interesting one, Mr. Cornwall, because as far as I know, you have no taxes on the fuel coming in for electricity generation. As far as I know, that would be very interesting to find out. As maybe I might not know what I'm talking, maybe you're wrong, but as far as I know, you're taking off a thing that don't exist in the first place. As far as I know, you don't pay any tax, Grenlec, you don't pay on that fuel that coming in for power generation. Yeah? And isn't that something you could have done a long time ago? Why is it specifically now that you all have chosen to do this particular something? Now, don't get me wrong. As a Grenadian, I am glad that you all have finally listened to the leader of His Majesty's opposition, the Honorable Emlyn Pear, and the new National Party team, because to a man and woman, every member of our 15 candidates, we realize all you can't get 15 yet, all you're asking, even NNP, all you're asking to run for all you right now. But anyway, that's another story for another night. You all finally listened to the new National Party and what we have been saying, because we have been amplifying the voice of the Grenadian people as they cry out regarding things like electricity and the cost of living crisis in this country. Now you are admitting that it have inflationary problems. Now you are admitting that the cost of electricity high. All the time, all you accuse us of yapping.
Will temporarily move the customs service charge applicable to imported diesel used for generation of electricity. These measures is designed to help moderate electricity generation.
Tell us if that really existed, because as far as I know, there wasn't paying anything on fuel that comes in for electricity generation. Maybe I'm wrong, but as far as I know, that is the situation.
Cost and reduce the upward pressure on electricity tariff arising from higher international fuel price. Although applied to imported fuel used for generation, this benefit extends to all electricity consumers, because reducing fuel-related costs helps lessen the overall impact of rising fuel prices on electricity tariffs across the country. The full impact of this measure will be felt gradually by consumers, given the current calculations, methodology, and billing cycle arrangements. Measure 3, enhance electricity subsidy. Government will significantly expand the existing electricity subsidy program by increasing the monthly subsidy of 10 EC dollars to 50 EC dollars and expanding eligibility from households consuming up to 99 kilowatts per hour per month to those consuming up to 200 kilowatts per hour per month. The previous subsidy program provided support to approximately 22,089 households and formed an important part of government response to rising living costs. The enhanced program will now extend meaningful assistance to approximately 38,640 households, representing a substantial increase in both the value of the benefits and the number of families receiving support. This measure reflects government recognition that the current cost of living measures require a stronger response.
Oh, that you finally realize that we have problems with cost of living in Grenada. But still, isn't it unfair to other users that you are only applying a subsidy to only a specific category of people in Grenada? And I'll tell you why. The larger users, let's say some of the people who might be in the more wealthy communities, the money, the additional money that they are still going to have to pay for electricity is the gardener that does leave La Femme in the morning with the weed eater and go down to cut the grass. They will have to tell him, hey, if you come in every 2 weeks, come once a month instead. Or sometimes don't come at all. They just get a weed eater and they do it themselves. Yeah? It is the woman who does come twice a week or 3 times a week to wash the clothes or to cook a meal or to take care of the elderly person that they have there, that person will lose their job, because to you, it may just sound as if, well, them could afford to pay that $50 or the $100, because it would, in their case, it wouldn't be $50. They would be paying like $200-300. And that $200-300 is one of these categories of workers that these people hire to perform a particular service at their place that they will either have to put on rotation or they would have to get rid of totally or reduce the amount of time that they come in for. And that even goes for the hotel sector. What measure is being put in place to protect the hotel sector with the rising cost of electricity? While you speak of the reduction in the VAT, all well and good. Yeah, all well and good. Reduction in the VAT, 7.5%. Again, the new National Party gave you 30% reduction in electricity costs. That is what the NNP gave. 30%. When they talk about VAT alone, that is 7.5% that they have removed with the VAT. Meanwhile, NNP gave you 30. But then again, it's the same people that trying to convince you that the cost of fuel at $17 is better than the cost of fuel at $15. I don't know if they're using reverse maths, but that's the same people that are trying to convince you of that trying to convince you that what this government has done now. Because remember, while they tell you they're doing this thing from $10 now to $50, and it's going to have about 10,000 more people under it, yeah? What about the other people? Are they not Grenadians? Are they not taxpaying Grenadians? Are they not facing the same inflationary pressures that everybody else is facing? Not because they have a swimming pool means that you don't take them into consideration too. Not because their address is Lansapine or Westerhall Point or True Blue means that you do not take them into consideration as well. What measures are being put in place outside of firing the CEO of the Grenada Tourism Authority? What measures are being put in place to protect hotels, especially the smaller hotels and guest houses? What is being put in place to protect them? Because they can't afford not to have the lights on. They have to have the lights on day and night outside. They have to have on lights. Yeah, in the inside, they have to have on the lights, of course. On the outside, they have to have on the lights whole night. Air conditioning, day and night. So they need electricity, and they are some of the higher users of electricity. What is being put in place for them? Because if they see their profit margin is dropping by a $30,000-$40,000, you know what eventually they have to do? Some people going home. They cannot afford to keep these people on staff. If they realize their operating cost has increased by tens of thousands of dollars, as it is right now, and some of you may say, well, what are you talking about? No, you don't want to see the electricity bill for one, even a small hotel. You don't want to see what the electricity bill looks like for them. And that's somebody's job that might be lost there. And who's left back had to double up now to try and cover for the person that gone. Because they just cannot afford. Let me hear what more you had to say.
By directly reducing monthly electricity bills, the enhanced subsidy will help cushion households from high energy costs, protect disposable incomes, and provide tangible relief.
Some households, not all households. And what about the business that the people who live in those households need the job from to be able to pay the reduced costs anyway?
To families affected by rising prices. Like the other measures being announced today, this innovation is temporary, targeted, and fiscally responsible, providing immediate support to households while government continues to advance long.
That's a nice way of saying government broke, so we can't do it for long. That's a nice way of saying the government is broke, we can't do it for long.
Long-term solution in renewable energy, energy efficiency, and economy resilience. Measure 4. 2 VAT-free shopping days. 2 VAT-free shopping days. As part of the government cost of living assistance program, Cabinet has approved the introduction of 2 VAT-free shopping days per month during August, September, and October. This initiative is intended to provide direct and immediate savings to consumers while supporting business activity and stimulating economic growth. Under the program, approved VAT registered and tax compliant businesses will be permitted to sell eligible goods free of VAT during designated shopping periods. Consumers will be able to purchase a wide range of everyday items, including groceries, clothing, household goods, appliances, electronics, school supplies, and hardware items, without paying VAT, resulting in meaningful savings for families. Let me just reiterate here that this VAT-free day does not apply to luxury items like motor vehicles and other things like boats and those kind of things.
Does it apply to vehicle parts though? Because I know the busmen would like something like that. And tires and them kind of thing. Why do apply to vehicle? Does it apply to the parts? Yeah, we want to know if we could go and buy with tires and with little parts and things for the vehicle. But anyhow, the other thing is this. This idea is stolen from the NDP in St. Vincent. It was one of their campaign promises. They did, Dr. Friday, he did promise that on gaining office, they will have VAT-free days. That has happened. They have done the VAT-free days and they found several problems in implementing it, but it was a campaign promise. They did do it. But let me ask some simple questions here. Simple. It shouldn't be too difficult to answer. How are they going to implement this? So let's say tomorrow was the VAT-free day. I'm just using an example. Let's say tomorrow was the VAT-free day. So it means, therefore, because remember where VAT is, VAT is supposed to be on the cost of the item that's on the shelf, because not all items carry the same VAT. So if I go to the supermarket and I buy a trolley of goods, they can't take all my goods, cash it, and then tell me I'm paying 15% on all the items that I've brought there. Because there are certain items that are supposed to be zero rated or rated not at 15%, they may be at, let's say, the 7.5%, they may be at 10%, etc. Which means that the items on the shelf, the price that you're seeing on the shelf, is supposed to contain the VAT. As far as I know, it's supposed to contain the VAT on the shelf. So are you going to get the supermarkets to go around the night before the VAT-free day and change the price on every item in the supermarket? I'm just asking a question. Are they going to go and change the price on all the goods in the supermarket? I didn't hear you say medication. I would have thought that would have been one of the first things that you say for VAT-free day as well. So people like myself could go and get me 3 months medication and things. I would have think it's that. But are you also saying to the people there now that they have to go and they have to change the price on every item in the pharmacy, or every item in the hardware, or every item in the supermarket for 2 days, and then after the VAT-free day, they have to take the time and go and put back the other price onto all of those items? Explain to us how this is working, not just for the consumer, but for the businesses as well. How are the supermarkets going to do this? Where are they going to do it? Are they going to do it at the counter? And then, are you going to bond the goods that they have? You all understand what I'm saying here? How are they going to measure and say, okay, supermarket A has 4,000 2-pound packets of rice? How are they going to be able to measure for all the shops and supermarkets that qualify and all the businesses? How are they going to qualify and quantify what is the stock, whether bonded or ever, what is the stock that they have the day before the VAT-free day and during the VAT-free day period and after? How are they going to, because I could say that, hey, it's 6,000 packets, 2-pound rice, 2-pound packets of rice that I had. And I sell the 6,000. People come, boy, I sell the 6,000. I could tell you that. and then I didn't really sell the 2,000 there, I sell 4,000, and I could hit you up for the other 2,000 and say, hey, I did sell that too, and decide I'm not paying VAT on that other 2,000 that I have, and you understand? So there are various ways to cheat the system in relation to this. In my humble view, the better approach would have been to do what the Honorable Emlyn Pierre has been saying for the longest while. Change the basket of goods. Look at the basket of goods that you have exemptions on and so on, and decide what you're going to remove VAT totally on or what you're going to reduce VAT on, so that you could reduce the cost of living for everybody. Not just on 2 days, but it could have been a permanent fix for people. But no, gimmickry as usual. Gimmickry.
Policy has 4 main objectives: to provide temporary cost of living relief for households, to increase consumer spending and retail sales, to support compliant.
You could only increase spending if we have money. And some of them don't have money. Some of us, we don't have money. Some of you, we don't have money. So you could only increase spending if people have money, and only have not been putting money into the economy for people to be able to spend. In fact, they have sucked. They're talking about these measures are going to cost $18 million. The measures that they're taking now with the electricity and the VAT-free day, and so it's going to cost them. That really proved to me how it cost them that. No, seriously, that's a fallacy. Yeah, that it costs them $18 million. Nonsense. Yeah, but after they take $100 million from you, they come in to ask for saying, oh, we give all you such a break, 18 million. After the pressure all you since January, since the price of electricity and things start to go up, and the cost of goods going up for the last how much years. Now they decide they go in and give a VAT free, so take it for 1 day. Yeah, right. Yeah. Take it for 2 days. Yeah, Friday and a Saturday. All right.
Business and economic activity, and to strengthen collaboration between government and the private sector while encouraging tax compliance. The program has been designed to ensure that consumers receive the full benefit of the VAT relief to clear.
I hope, no, it's been designed. Where are the price control officers? Let me ask again, where are the price control officers? Have the price control officers been active going through the facilities? No, I ain't talking about going in the countryside and checking people's scale and see in the local shop and thing. We're talking now about the supermarkets, because remember what they're doing here. They have specifically stated, understand me, brothers and sisters, what they are saying here is that these measures are being taken by qualified businesses. So it's not Miss Mary's shop in Shantimel. It's not Mr. Joe's shop up in Apwetut. It is the big supermarkets, the Huggins and the Bryden and Miners and the Rams and all of these big places are the places that are going to be the ones that are implementing the VAT-free day. So the person who usually would go and check Daddy-O in his little supermarket and his little shop he have in the community, they're not going there that day. So all these small businesses that already struggling because the profit margin when you're selling groceries is very low. I can tell you that. Sometimes it's 35 cents here, or 5 cents there, or 15 cents there, that kind of thing. It's not no profit margin of $1 and something. It's very small. So when you see people at a little shop in the village and so on, sometimes they're barely holding on because the profit margin is very small. Where they usually make some money is from when they're selling drinks. You sell alcohol, yeah, you make profit on that. The rest of the stuff don't really make that amount of money. And now you're putting a mechanism in place. Nobody ain't going and buy from them for the 2 weeks leading up to the VAT-free day, or maybe even longer. No, unless they really have to, they ain't going and buy nothing from them. Then when the VAT-free come, they go in and buy from all the big places and forget all them small places. So guess who go in and catch the hell afterwards? All of you with the shops who putting up all your poster for NDC. That is what they're doing all you. That is your thanks for giving them electricity when it's campaign time. They're killing all you. electricity price done high, and because you running a shop and you have your little deep freeze and you just play your little music and thing for when people come, you ain't qualifying for the $50 rebate. You're not qualifying for the $50 rebate. You will be burning more electricity than that. So you won't qualify for that. So you will continue paying higher electricity costs than everybody else. And then on top of that, they pulling the business rug from under you and they putting it in their friends' hands. Big business. So you will not be able to benefit in the same way. Yes, all you would do is shop in the village. I was a shopkeeper too, I know what I'm talking about. You will be the ones who they pulling the rug under. Give them electricity when they come for election still. Watch what they're doing you now. When everybody running in Foodland, Food Fair, Rams, Bryden and Minor, Bulk Buy, and Andals and Calico, when everybody running inside them place they to independence agencies and so to buy the goods, you will be left with no sales. But they ain't put nothing in place for you. All you hear they put anything in place for all you? You all been paying more for the goods when the sales van pass. You all have been paying more for that. You all have been paying more for electricity. You all have been paying more for water. And now, when an opportunity was there for them to help you, the small businesses in the community, they cut your throat. Give them electricity when they come and put up their poster in your place still. They don't like you. But some of them go still do it. Let me hear the final thing you have to say there, man.
Pricing requirements and compliance measures. It is expected to generate direct household savings, boost commercial activities, and provide additional support to families during a period of elevated price and economic uncertainty. In essence, the VAT-free shopping days initiative allows households to stretch the dollar further while providing a timely stimulus to the economy, making a key component of government's broader strategy to cushion the impact of rising costs. The Ministry of
All you have a strategy to... I thought all they say we yapping when we asking for that.
Finance will roll out a comprehensive PR campaign on these initiatives.
Oh, so all you have money to spend on a PR campaign for this. All you didn't have money to say, well, okay, let us remove from the electricity bill the additional tax that all you put on. All you ain't talking about that. Yes, the one for renewable energy. Check your electricity bill. They put on an additional tax on electricity, one that they could have removed, that you hear them say they're removing they leave it there. That is the renewable energy levy that they have on your electricity bill that wasn't there during an NP time. They come and they put it on and they can take it out. They didn't take it out. But they come in to give you like, oh, we done something so amazing. We're glad for any relief that we get. But don't try to sell us. Or they used to say to them, Western and them, don't piss down my back and make me think it's raining. Yeah. Don't piss on my back and tell me it's raining. Don't try that at all. Because we see you and we understand what you're trying there. Election coming. All you have no choice. Election coming.
In the coming days. Fuel subsidization measures. Government will continue the existing fuel subsidization measures, including maintaining caps on gasoline, diesel, kerosene for domestic consumption at $17 EC per gallon. Also maintaining the $40 EC per the 20-pound LPG cylinder and a cap of EC $350 for the 100-pound cylinder through December 2026.
Going to add, because at the end of the day, your concern is, can you meet your monthly expenses? You didn't say it, but that's the bottom line. What you get from NIS, can you stretch it? And the answer to that is no. So we have to find the gap being your medical bill.
So, you know what? Listen to the Honorable Emlyn Pierre. From February coming right down, check the dates that are at the bottom of these videos and them. So I started actually from June, July, go back. Yeah, where she's been calling on the government in relation to electricity bills and so. And in fact, yeah, that Honorable Emlyn Pierre, but we are be putting Honorable Emlyn Pierre big on the screen. We want to hear. Yeah. Honorable Emlyn Pierre pretty, we putting her big on the screen, yeah.
He has said we are going to ensure that the people have national health insurance. So you don't have to hurt your head about where you're going to get additional amount to be able to pay for your basic medical. The NIS has, the NNP has said we are going to reduce the cost of living burden for people looking at electricity, for example, so you don't have to worry whether that little bit you get from NIS could stretch to pay your light bill, because we want to make sure we're managing that. The unnecessary tax, for example, on sugar and water and all of these things. So when you look at it, the bottom line is whatever you get as income at the end of the month, how far can that go? That's your concern. And that is why our response is that we want to ensure we provide the cushion, the additional support, so what you get can go even further than it's currently going. And that you can depend on the NNP for, our program of support for those who need that support.
We are going to bring immediate relief to the cost of living that is happening right now. People are struggling, and we are going to do it through discipline, fiscal discipline, and honest leadership. We will convert waste into direct relief. Every dollar we save by cutting out the fat out of government will be redirected to where it matters, removing unnecessary taxes that have been imposed by this government, easing the burdens on electricity bill, implementing national health insurance. So just like you, people home can pull out the insurance card and go to the doctor, go to the pharmacy, and get the help that they truly deserve. We will pay our people on time, and we will ensure that public servants, local contractors are paid precisely what they are owed and when they are owed it, putting cash back into our local communities where it can circulate and it can stimulate our economy. We will invest far more in lowering food prices. We will reduce reliance on volatile sectors and programs like the CBI program, short-term revenue, and we will invest more, and I'm quite sure you'll be happy to know agriculture will be a priority for our new government. Agriculture will be given top priority. That balance we have been striking. In terms of our plans, you notice we've given you the framework of those key areas that we are going to be focusing on. The priority, we have been engaging with persons. That is why if I speak to you now, I can say to you, number one issue in Grenada, any part of Grenada you go, cost of living will be the issue. And we've outlined over and over again what would be our first target within the first 90 days. What are those 1, 2, 3 things we're going to be doing? We know that government has majority shares in Grenlec. People are complaining about electricity bills. So a caring government obviously will have that as a top priority. We have said, for example, when you look at taxes imposed by this administration, VAT on sugar, levy on water, the digital service tax that has just been introduced, we are saying that's extra burdens that we didn't have to add, especially in a time like this. So we are saying there are some things we are going to reverse immediately as it relates to actions that this government has taken, but we're going to go further. For example, what we can do with electricity, for example. Then we have the baskets of, and I've been saying this since 2000 and people just not listening in some cases. So you have the basket of goods that are VAT exempted. I said it since on the 2024 budget. We are going to review those items. We've seen no significant effort made to add anything to that basket. VAT exempted. We've also added, for example, those items that are price controlled. These are actions, things we said we are going to do. So we're going to take the price control list, those items that a shopkeeper does not have the right to change the price. We're going to review that list. We're going to add additional items. That way, you are controlling what your bill is going to be when you go to the supermarket. So we've been saying quite a lot of things that we're going to do. We also mentioned, for example, young people. We talked about the rent to own of the homes. Even in the last campaign, we were speaking about things like housing for young people, special allocation of finances so that young people can access a first-time home, for example. We've been outlining a lot of those. But what I'll say to you is I totally agree with you that we must strike that balance and we need to continue.
And we know that today, many families are facing real challenges. The cost of living continues to rise. Electricity bills are killing our people. Our young people are in search for opportunities. Our farmers are struggling and small businesses are feeling a pressure. Many people simply want a fair chance to provide for their families. And these are real concerns, and they deserve leadership that listens, not leadership that says, take it so it's happening all over the world.
Brothers and sisters, every government is forced to make difficult choices. Do you choose to reduce the cost of electricity? Or do you choose to buy luxury vehicles for government officials? The choices that governments have to make. Do you choose to spend millions of dollars on decorations? Or do you ensure that public officers are paid on time? Do you choose to reduce the cost of basic food items? Or do you choose to travel the world on private jets with big delegations? The choices that governments have to make. Brothers and sisters, when the NNP was in government, we managed travel expenses in order to be able to reduce electricity cost and to ease the burdens on the people of this country. And so, brothers and sisters, tonight, I am confident that the caring team of the New National Party is ready to return that kind of leadership to this country. Brothers and sisters, we feel the heaviness in this country. And we feel, brothers and sisters, what you feel every time you walk into the supermarket. We feel it when you look at your utility bills, your electricity bill. We feel it when you pull up at the gas station. And we feel it when you are forced to stretch every single dollar. The fact is that cost of living is just too high in this country. I was in Telescope today, and one lady said to me, I cannot afford to buy saltfish anymore. It's $20 a pound. She said, I cannot even afford to buy turkey wings anymore. It's $9 a pound. The one that shocked me, she said, I cannot even afford smokerine anymore. It's $20 a pound. Brothers and sisters, a tin of milk, she said, is $15. $15. A tin of milk. And so, brothers and sisters, the reality is that every day, ordinary, hard-working Grenadians continue to do the math to survive. But you know, while our people are doing the math, guess what our government is doing? They are doing the math of survival, while the government is doing the maths of extravagant spending in this country. Brothers and sisters, it is important to note, let us put this into context, that the total government spending increased by $175.2 million between 2024 and 2025. Where did this money go? Brothers and sisters, did it go in easing the cost of living? Did it go into reducing the cost of fuel at the pump? Did it go in reducing the cost of your electricity bill? Where did it go? Not to repair farm roads for farmers, but just to pay the interest on their reckless borrowing. When they tell you that there is no money to lower the duties on essential food items, remember the millions that they spend on first-class travel and lavish public relations activities. When they tell you that they cannot afford to subsidize your skyrocketing electricity bill and to ease the burden of fuel at the pump, just remember the millions they ran up just to fund political plans. They have monies for what they care about. So that is why $1 million could be spent on decorations. It is why $1 million for independence celebration could be spent on food and drinks. They find it for what they want. And that is the sad part of this story. They have the monies, they find it for the political elite, but they have no strategy to bring down the cost of living. I say to you tonight, it does not have to be this way. So when we announce that package of action for the first 90 days, one of it will be and must be, we own majority shares in Grenlec, so one of it must be finding a way to reduce the cost of electricity. And so I say to you, we will challenge, we're not even waiting for you to challenge us. We will challenge ourselves to ease the cost of living burden on our people within 90 days of government. I already told you that we are going to reverse some taxes like on water and electricity as we did before. But we are not only, brothers and sisters, undoing the damages that they did. We are committing to you tonight that the NNP government will not just undo, but we are going to do better. We are giving you better. We will revise, brothers and sisters, the list of price control goods in this country. Further reduce the price and the cost of electricity and provide additional financial relief for workers in this country and businesses in this country. In other words, brothers and sisters, we will stimulate the economy and we will put money back where it belongs, in the pockets of ordinary people in this country.
Yes, indeed, folks. It was important for you to hear that. That's just some. Because I can play for the rest of, for earlier in this year. I can play for the whole of last year, from meetings, from parliament. I could play from year before. I can play from the year before that, all the way up to 2022. All of the warnings, all of the advice that has been given to this government. And thank goodness they now decide to take some. I'm kind of misrepresenting it. But at least they've decided to take some now. So congratulations on taking the Honorable Emlyn Pierre's advice. Yeah? So all of a sudden now, we ain't yapping. You're taking the advice that we have given. Yeah? Because the people, a lot of people were bawling with their mouth closed, so some of us had to talk out on behalf of them. And that is why I had to play the Honorable Emlyn Pierre for you tonight, for the Grenadian people to hear who has been championing their issues. Who is the one that has been championing their issues on the public stage? Who has been calling on the government to do what is right to protect the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Folks, let's move on to another one quickly, and then I'll go open the phone lines. I will stay a little bit after 10, so you don't have to rush off, right? But let me play this one.
To rebuild and maintain our major road networks. And therefore, the ministry, in consultation with the Ministry of Finance, looked at how best we could affordably build and repair our roads, and hence the reason why the design build finance model was chosen as the approach to take in terms of seeking to transform our road infrastructure network throughout Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique, and importantly allowing us to pay for it, because if we can't finance it, the road simply will not be built. And the reason we opted for this model was to ensure that the government's cash flow could pay for the reconstruction of the roads without impacting the other sectors of the government work that needs to be done, whether it's paying salaries for staff, financing our debts, payments towards social safety net services, etc. So we recognize that.
Let me ask the average Grenadian here, and the people who are honest and who worked within the system. When the New National Party did the West Coast Road, so that's the road coming through all the way through Cherry Hill, Grand Mall, all the way up through St. John, all the way up through St. Mark and into St. Patrick. When the New National Party did that road and they got funding for it and so, did it stop the New National Party from paying the debt? Did it stop the New National Party from paying and paying on time? Yeah, it is the present Prime Minister saying, well, if they have to get a loan to be able to do these sort of things, it is going to cause them to not have money to pay other things. But that means that your income is much, much, much too low, that you wouldn't be able to do both things at the same time. Yeah, when NNP was doing the East Coast Road, so that is going through Grand Anse Valley, going all the way up to Grenville and beyond. Yeah, I ain't call all it beyond there, just saying beyond, right? But St. Andrews going to St. Patrick there. Did NNP were they not able to pay their different bills? Were they not able to pay their wage bill and pay wages on time? That by the 27th of the month, man could have go in to tell a machine and you know your money there? Were they not able to maintain their debt payments and so on and still do other projects? But this team is just incapable and incompetent, so you expect them to be able to do the same. But anyway, go ahead, Papa.
Yes, sometimes when we look at the comments on social media, when we hear what's taking place in the media, or even comments from citizens, that there seems to be some confusion as to what that means and what the process is involved. So in early 2025, we published expressions of interest widely, asking contractors who are interested in designing, financing, and building.
First of all, I'd like to know where that was published, because I'm trying to remember. I don't think I saw that in the government gazette, and I would think that something like that would have had to be gazetted. So I'll have to go back through and confirm if or not that was in the gazette, because I have an inkling that I didn't see that. But anyhow.
To respond to us, to let us know that they were interested. The expressions of interest require them to, amongst other things, provide us with a background on their companies, to provide us with their audited financial statements, to show us their financing capabilities, to tell us about their experience in executing large road construction projects, whether it's in Grenada or throughout the region, to provide us with an inventory of their construction equipment so that we could be satisfied they had the necessary tools to do the job, and the sources of where they would get the road construction materials, because you'd appreciate road construction requires significant aggregates, asphalt, bitumen, etc. Only 3 companies responded to expressions of interest.
Again, I'm very interested because I know there are other companies, like one operating in Grenada here, that would have loved to do some of those projects. So I want to know where those notices of expressions of interest were placed, and what's a proper procurement procedure for?
And those are the 3 companies we are treating with. No one else responded. The companies are Namalco, Calco, and CIE.
I've already mentioned to you that both Calco and Namalco, because the Prime Minister just said a few seconds ago that they had to provide documentation, and they basically researched everything about these companies. They want to see the financials and everything, and they researched these companies. Did not lawyer Deacon Mitchell and his cabinet, did they not know that both Namalco and Calco are in multi-billion-dollar lawsuits in Trinidad right now? That they are accused of basically theft. That they were working in collusion with a particular government minister in Trinidad. That's the accusation. That they were working with particular government minister or ministers in Trinidad just before a general election with road projects to do, and that they were involved in corrupt practices with that minister. And up to this day, the same Namalco and Calco that he's giving the impression that they went through and checked everything on are in court in Trinidad with those cases. Don't pee on me back and tell me it's raining.
And all of them that's the acronyms that we are using. The ministry conducted a robust evaluation of the companies, paying particular attention to their ability to finance, their ability to design, and their
If they lose the case in Trinidad, you go find out about their ability to finance. But anyway, go ahead.
ability to build, and the time frame within which all of this work needs to commence and to be completed. We have an exacerbating factor in that NOWASA has engaged in extensive pipe infrastructure relaying throughout the length and breadth of Grenada, and that has significantly also impacted the quality of the road networks, and in some cases hastened the deterioration of the road network and obviously the inconvenience to road users. So the companies were tasked to design the road packages for review by the ministry. Again, those designs would have to be reviewed and approved by the ministry personnel. Significant negotiations also took place in relation to the estimates and the costs that these companies said they could build the roads at. And you have to bear in mind, which is important, we are not paying the companies up front for the road construction.
Folks, I need you all to listen to this part very, very clearly. And yeah, open your ears and listen.
Is up front for the road construction. They have to design and build, complete the work, and then we begin to pay them. In this case, over a 5-year period. It therefore means...
So they are getting these companies to build using their own money, and then they're going to repay these companies over 5 years. They're going to take, so whether it's every quarter or every half of the year or once a year, might more think it might be quarterly payments that they have to make to these companies over 5 years. Not me say, you hear he say, all right?
Means that the companies are financing the work. And as a result of that, there is a financing charge which ranges between 3.5 and 4.5%.
So all of you that doing economics out there, some of you school children that listen to this program with grandma and grandpa and so, you know that the Prime Minister has just stated a figure that is basically what you're getting from the commercial banks, and yeah, 3.5 to 4.5%. Now, had they decided to take those loans from the Caribbean Development Bank or the World Bank or one of those other lending institutions, they were all hyper and talking about the AfriBank, Afri-Exim Bank and all kind of thing. But they ain't go to them for no money. No, they didn't go to any of them. You have the Exim Bank out of China. They ain't go to any of them for the money for it. where instead of paying 3.5 to 4.5%, you'd have been paying 0.7 or 1.5 or 1.3%. Because when you're getting these loans, according to the Public Finance Management Act, you're supposed to be looking for these loans on concessional terms. So you can't be looking for a loan from these people, because basically what you are taking from these companies, the same Namalco and Calco that in their legal trouble in Trinidad, what you are taking from them is a loan. This has to be registered as part of the debt of the state of Grenada, you know. This increases our debt stock the same as if they are taking a loan. It is a loan. So while these people are using their money to do these components, and I know why I say these components, I'm coming to that, why they are using their money to do these components of the work, at those interest rates, best did it go to a commercial bank and get the money. And the other thing here, they didn't tell us if the 3.5 to 4.5%, they just use a wide range there, which is extremely high. Credit unions right now is 3.2 and 3.3% and that kind of thing. And credit unions giving you that because the bank giving you, their thing is over 4%. So the credit unions, to get the loans from people, are giving them at a 3-point-something%. Here it is, the Prime Minister has organized with companies outside of Grenada who are going to be requiring an interest rate, and we don't know if that interest is repayable on the declining balance, on the compound balance. We don't know how that interest is going to be paid. Because if that 3.5, in fact, if we use the upper figure and the 4.5, if that has to be repaid on each of the payments that's made, they're making the same payments, but each of the payments on every quarter that they're going to be paying 3.5 or 4.5% on each quarter, then Papa, you're spending enough money to do 2 other roads just in interest.
If we didn't do that way, it means we would have to go borrow the money ourselves from a bank or banks or the lending institutions, then hire the contractors, then pay the contractors, and then repay the banks.
But you're still going to have to pay, no matter what, you have to pay, whether it's the banks or whether it's the company, you have to pay. The difference here is the interest rates. That's the difference. The interest rates, how much money in interest you as the state of Grenada are going to have to pay. Whether you're going to have to pay a difference of 20 million in interest, or whether you're going to have to pay 40 or 50 million dollars in interest. Because again, we don't know if it's on the compound balance, declining balance. We don't know what the interest is payable on. And again, we didn't have, I always will miss Linda Straker because she would have asked that question. She would have asked that question. I can't fault the young journalists in there. I think they did a good job. But I can't fault them that they would not have the ability to ask that particular question of him when he mentioned the interest rates. And to be able to immediately compare that interest rates with if you're getting a loan out of the Caribbean Development Bank, it would never be at 4.5. It would not. Challenge them to show me what loan the World Bank or the Caribbean Development Bank is going to give you at 4.5. And remember, we don't know the repayment terms. We just know over 5 years.
The cost of doing so would probably have been a lot more expensive, and the time frame for
that is not true.
Doing so would have been a lot lengthier, because once you are lending money from financial institutions, they tend to control the procurement process. They have significant say in who qualifies to be contractors, who doesn't qualify, who qualifies to be
And there's a reason that they're involved in saying who is qualified to be a contractor and who is not qualified to be a contractor and a consultant, etc. on these projects. Because they know who've been involved in bubble before. They do their research. And he knows, the Prime Minister knows. Had they gone to a bank to get the loan to just pay these people and get the project done, that these people that they have hired would never have been hired because they are before the courts for bubble. So would have never been hired. But the Prime Minister and the NDC has a specific reason. That is what school children say. Don't blame me. I'm repeating what school children say. They say that some of the companies that you keep repeating they helping pay for election paraphernalia. They say some of the companies that you're talking about there These companies paying for the t-shirts that coming up from Trinidad and the caps and the whistles and the flags and all the other election paraphernalia for the NDC. That is what school children say. Are just repeating what I've heard school children saying. So don't blame me. But there is a reason that they didn't want to go through that sort of procurement process. And I know I'm using the word procurement too. They didn't want to go through the proper process. They wanted to use who they want to use as the contractors on these things without having to hear from the bank, no, these people are involved in that lawsuit or this lawsuit. Therefore, we cannot take the chance on them because they may end up in problems. Next thing, the government of Trinidad and Tobago seizes the equipment. They can't do the job and you're left with a road half done. Yeah? So he wanted to do what he wanted to do. And I tell you, these people and them, they pissing down your back and telling you it's raining.
Consultants who doesn't qualify to be consultants, they take the forms of contracts that you can engage in, and oftentimes the procurement process is painfully slow and in many instances just not suited for the kind of pace and the time frame within which we need to get the work done.
Oh, the time frame in which you need to get the work done is between now and have it going on while the election taking place. We ain't stupid. We ain't feeling that when that done is when election. We know election is before that. So don't feel you're fooling any of us. But you need it now because thing hot. You had to call the election. Your consultants telling you, boy, call the thing. NNP. Right now, NNP have enough seats to form the government already. If you call the election, if you wait longer, they will get a 15-0. In my view, you're already getting a 15-0, but who is me? I doesn't know about these things, and I didn't say that in 2013 or 2018.
Given the state of the roads. After the negotiations were concluded, the ministry would have then sought the approval of the procurement board to ensure that we can award the contracts to the contractors for the various packages. Although
I would love to see the evidence that this ever went to the procurement board. Dated, signed evidence that this went to the procurement board. I'll challenge the government to make it public. The information that these contracts went to the procurement board. Publish it. Any day, publish it.
I will speak primarily to two packages for now. The first tranche of the work involves 5 packages. The 5 packages are from the Maurice Bishop International Airport all the way to the Old Westall Point Junction. That means all the way up to CARICOM roundabout, all the way to the Republic Bank roundabout, through Grandlands Valley area, all the way to what we call the Bumpy Corner, that bridge, and then all the way from the Cliff Road, which has recently been done, all the way up to Westall Point. So that's one package. Another package is from the entrance of Old Westall all the way back to the same.
You know what? Let's just skip to the next one quickly.
Roundabout next to the Decal gas station up to Mount Cliff. For today, I will give an update on 2 of the packages. The Maurice Bishop Airport to the Cliff through Grandlands Valley, and from the Cliff to Westall Point, Old Westall Point intersection. Preparatory, that contract has been awarded to Namalco. And if you drive along the roads from the Maurice Bishop International Airport, you would already see that preparatory work has begun. You would see that the drains and the culverts and so on are being cleared. You can probably see culverts now that you didn't know existed before because of the cleaning and the clearing that is taking place as we speak. We expect the milling, which is the removal of the asphalt, to commence and the repaving from the 25th of July.
So in other words, 2 weeks before the most busy time in your country for flights and for traffic going to and from the airport, you have decided that on Saturday, yes, the 25th is Saturday, on Saturday of this week, you go and dig up the road from the airport coming down. Brilliant. With rain was just falling, with rain falling, that you, brilliant set of guys, are going to dig up the road from the Maurice Bishop International Airport coming down the stretch heading down to Sugar Mill. Tell me how smart that is. Taxi operators who are depending on this particular time to make $1. All they better prepare to use the VAT-free day to buy vehicle parts if they allow in vehicle parts. They didn't mention vehicle parts. So all they might have to, grin and bear it. But this is when they decide that they go in and dig up the road. One, they're digging it up now because they want to give an impression to all the people that are flying into the country that so much is taking place in Grenada. You ain't see, look, they're doing work on the road here from the airport right up. I see work taking place. You know how some people would see that and take that to mean that the government is doing a lot. When you and I know the smarter thing to do would have been since earlier this year in the dry season that they could have already mobilized and done that work. They could have teared up the road as much as they want January, February, March coming down the dry season. You don't have to worry about no rain. You want to root out the road, root it out. They could have do all they want to do that time. But no. They wait until the rainy season and they wait until carnival time when they know there will be a high volume, sometimes as much as 5 or 6 times more the volume of traffic heading to and from the airport. People coming in for Spice Mass, people going out for their holidays and so on, school closed. And now you decide you want to tear up the road from Saturday. Go on, Papa, all you brilliant.
That's based on the work schedule provided to us by the contractor. I want to emphasize that the Ministry of Infrastructure's PR team will provide daily updates to the public together with the Royal Grenada Police Force. And
the ministry's PR team, are you going to use any external PR sources and so like X5 and so on? You all going to be using any external sources? Are you going to spend a couple $100,000 anywhere else for promotion and so? Because in case you all didn't know, people in the south and so on, in case you all didn't know, they're digging up that road starting Saturday. You know? So starting Saturday from the airport come down, they're digging up the road. All right.
Particular persons who live, work, or reside in the areas that would be impacted by the work as to alternative routes to take and as to instances when it is not advisable to go on the route. So we wanted to make sure we have the press conference because today is the 22nd. As I said, we expect that by the 25th work.
So they couldn't tell you that last week or week before, whenever, they had to rush to come and tell you that now, that they go in and dig up the road. Yeah? He ain't tell people nothing. He spent all that time there. He ain't tell people nothing about Marquee Bridge that about to collapse. He ain't say nothing about that. He ain't say nothing to the people at River Road. That the Minister of Infrastructure that day, that guy there, Minister of Infrastructure. Nothing to the people of River Road who still there. And they had to be clenching buttocks every time they hear heavy rainfall because they wondering if a set of water go in and start washing down the road like a river again, that the river will be in the road, indeed River Road. Because this individual has failed as a Minister of Infrastructure. Failure. In
terms of milling will commence. So we want to make sure that the public is properly sensitized about this issue and that the residents and businesses.
Public, are you properly sensitized? Did you all know that coming Saturday, that down by the airport, they not really the place to go? You all know that, right? Okay, yeah.
Can plan the work schedule accordingly as well. The road will not be closed, and this is important for us to emphasize. The contractor, Namalco, we've agreed that the road will remain open and that the work will be done at non-peak traffic times, and we expect most of it to be done at night. So that should assist us with the congestion and so on. We will continue to engage with business owners, with residents, and with other persons who need to get to and from that southern tip of the island to make sure that we can mitigate and minimize the inconvenience, but we want to emphasize.
Well, now looking to engage, right? Okay. So like all those businesses on the stretch, like the Paint Place and Ace Hardware and Brighton and Miners there, Huggins and all them other places, all of them there. How that working for them? And then when all they reach by the wrong, how that working for all they now telling them, all they now telling, go ahead. Yeah, the breweries, the Grenada breweries, how that working for all of them, especially seeing that now is a high traffic time for the Grenada Breeze. Now them fellas is 2 times a year they does be this busy. Carnival time, Christmas time. The third time they does be busy is Easter. But right now, the 2 busiest time for them, Carnival and Christmas. And during Carnival time, all you digging up the road in front of the place. But all you brilliant, all you smart, all you just super intelligent. Go right ahead, man.
The persons, if you don't need to go down in that area, please don't go. It's not a time to go sightseeing there simply because the construction work will be taking place. I want to emphasize that the portion of the work between the sugar mill or Republic Bank roundabout and the cliff, which is essentially the Grandans Valley section, is likely to be a bit more complicated than the Morris Bishop to the Republic Bank roundabout and from the cliff to the Westall Point roundabout. For some obvious reasons, we need to widen as much as we can that section of the road because it is the narrowest section. And as you are already aware, some of the homes and other businesses and buildings are located very close to the road. We also need to put in sidewalks in that area because it is a heavily residential area, and we need to be able to ensure that there are sidewalks so that people do not walk in the road, and so we can mitigate the risk to pedestrians from having to walk in the road and in what is perhaps one of the busiest thoroughfares in Grenada. And we as much as possible, our new standard for new road construction or the redoing of roads is to insist, particularly in residential areas, that we have sidewalks. So it may require some land acquisition and relocation of...
Not may require, it definitely requires land acquisition. Therefore, guess who is paying for the land acquisition? So when you give the impression that this thing, because the figure he gave is $68,144,000 and something dollars there, that when you think that is the cost, that is not the cost. The cost includes the 3.5 to 4.5% interest, and we still don't know how it is, if it's compound interest or otherwise. We still do not know. And on top of that, the other aspect is that with the land acquisition, government can't just take people land because some of you have wall and thing. That gun. Let me tell all of that. And it's not the company that pay you. Government have to pay you. They have to post notices that they're looking to take your land. They talk with you, they post notices, we are trying to take this land for national development. Then they have to pay you, they have to publish it. They have to publish it in the Gazette and other publication. Then they have to pay you for the land. You saw that process not taking place, so it's supposed to take place with the Cliff Project. And it held up the Cliff Project. But these people are telling us they're going and do this project in 9 months. 9 months may foot. What if you are talking to with that? Unless the same people that tell people they're building a house in a day, you know? What if you with that?
Buildings that are close to the road if necessary. And obviously we will work with the residents and others who live in that area to try and see how we can mitigate those issues. But if people...
So remember, they didn't do that yet, but they're starting to dig up the road from Saturday, day after tomorrow. They're starting to dig up the road, but they have to, and they will talk to. They ain't even talk to earlier, but it will take 9 months to do it. Brilliant set of guys.
Do need to be moved. If lands do have to be acquired, then obviously we'll go through the normal process that the law allows for that.
If is when, because I can point to the areas there right now and show you different areas that definitely they'll end up having to acquire land, that some people, business places may have to be removed. Some people's homes may be in the way. Definitely, there's some land that will have to be taken because not only to widen the road, and I do have a problem with that, let me just explain that. We do have a problem with them acquiring land to widen the road and say, well, you're widening the road, you're making it wider, and so on, as long as you leave enough space for people to park so that you don't widen the road and then it becomes a garage at the side of the road, or you have sidewalk, like you're walking down Maurice Bishop Highway right now, and the sidewalk has become a parking lot for some people, especially on the, if you're going down from the southern end, you realize on the left side now has become a parking lot for some people. So you're walking on the pathway and you have to walk into the road with the traffic coming behind you. You have to walk into the road, or the traffic coming to you. You have to walk into the road to get onto the other side because it become a parking lot now. Yeah? That is something that need to stop. Stop parking on the sidewalk. Stop parking there on the Maurice Bishop Highway. It's bad. It's wrong. Right? But outside of that, you're telling us that you will have to acquire these lands. That process should have started already, because it's going to take a couple months for that process to be completed. So we're going to cut down the people land and break down the wall and thing and move the land and thing and possibly endanger some of the people's houses and so. Because they even pay the man enclosure for his property yet. So people in Granans Valley supposed to trust all you? I know when the Honorable Gregory Bowen did the roads and so up in Monjalo, they made sure and they compensate people and they compensate them in a reasonable time, and they still come back and check afterwards to make sure everything was okay. Because the NNP does these things professionally, not just mouth. Go ahead, Papa. Let me finish here. You.
The cost of the project is $68,144,203.42.
No, forget the $203.42. All right.
So essentially $68 million. And the duration of the project is 9 months. So we expect
9 months. So anybody get pregnant now, by the time you make the child, the road's supposed to be finished, right? The road from the airport to Westerhall Point. The same people that take how much years to do the Cliff Road. The same people that take how much years to do Molyneux that can't finish yet. The same people that how much years now can't finish River Road. Watch, I open the phone, all your call. I'm taking some calls before I close off that program. The same people that cannot finish the River Road project. The same people that take how long to do the Cliff Road project, how much years? The same people that take all them years to do Molyneux that ain't finished yet. Them same people coming to you now and tell you they're going to do the road from the airport. From the airport, go all the way up to Westerhall Point in 9 months. That and a green donkey you ain't go see. You to talk about green donkey? That's a green donkey you ain't go see. Folks, I'll take your calls if you have any comments before I wrap up tonight. I'm going to take the next 14 minutes and I'll take your calls if you've got anything to say on this one. Yeah? Nice.
Yeah. This is history. The first female prime minister of Grenada, Emmeline Pierre. From the hills of Butch Grove, a champion rise.
As indeed, 440737. That's the number for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. 440737. You know, they make him. I said I wasn't doing the Friday night program. I feel like doing a Friday night program tomorrow night. You know, yeah.
In business administration, and if that's still not enough,
I may or I may not. I'll decide by midday tomorrow if I'm doing the Friday night show. I'm not positive that I'm going to do it yet. Yeah. But by midday, I'll make a final decision if I'm able to pull enough info together. We've got a caller on the line. Hello, good night.
Hello, good night, Sheldon.
Good night, my dear.
Right. I'm in Carriacou.
Yes,
I cannot travel with the boat. 3 weeks ago, I have to book my flight in advance.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm coming down. My appointment is 9:30 on Saturday morning.
Mm-hmm.
So I already booked my taxi. So how am I getting there?
Well, he said the work will be taking place in the night. So hopefully you'll be okay in the daytime. But when you have to go back might be a different situation, because even though they're doing the work in the night time, it means that the road condition is going to deteriorate seriously. It will deteriorate because they go in and basically dig the road out, dig out all the asphalt and so. And if you have rain, just understand what's going to be going on down there.
Because my flight, I'm coming back. I'm going down to Grenada with the first flight and coming back up with the last flight.
You should be okay. I don't think they would actually. Well, let me just say that, because with these people, you have to expect anything.
I know.
So let me just say that. Let me hope that everything goes okay for you.
I was down last Wednesday and I did leave something for you with Miss Kami.
Okay,
I
yes,
managed
lovely.
to find out where she was.
Yes, wonderful.
Yes.
All right, and we thank you so very much.
You're welcome.
All
And
right,
have a
my
blessed
dear.
night. And you
Same
take
to
care of
you.
yourself.
All right, bye-bye.
All right then. Bye.
Yes, indeed, folks. Yeah, the bill's due just now. We have a little time still, man. The 23rd. Yeah, by next week we go do what we have to do, right? 440. This fella said 9 months, sir. 9 months. Them feel like Zemlin Pierre who could build a whole stadium in 2 years. 9 months. Papa yo. 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. Yeah, 440-73. We have a caller on the line. Hello, good night. Oh boy, I don't think I answered. Nice, yes I did. Hello, good night. Hello.
Good night, Sheldon. How you doing, man?
Hey, I'm great, bro. How you doing?
Okay, cool, man. Listen, I just asking a quick question here. It's going to be two different. Is this going to be two different companies doing the road, like from Old West Hull coming down to Calavini area? It's going to be a different company, I guess.
No, it's one company going to be doing the road from the airport to the Old Wester Hall Gap, there, the Wester Hall Point Gap.
Yeah, I know where Old Wester Hall Gap is.
So one company is going to be doing from the airport to there.
Because we're talking about Namalco and Calco.
No, I'm
so
talking about
where Calco?
Calco is doing another project, but Namalco is doing from the airport coming up to Old
oh man, that
area.
That's crazy. I mean,
and then I think
that's crazy. That's not achievable periodly in 9 months.
And then
especially to build it's hard to achieve that in 9 months, especially if you're just taking away like lands from the people, and you'll have to do retaining walls, especially coming where the guys have dug up from by the Jehovah Church in Woodlands area there. You will have to put up some massive retaining wall. I mean and the wall take almost about a month or so before you could really work with anything there. Yeah, if you're reclaiming, it's not be easily said and done though.
Boss, the fellas want to call the election and they want people to feel, look at what going on. But I don't know, 9 months. 9 months may fool.
No, that's fear. Maybe this is crazy. I mean, we respect work, yeah. But I think they need to come and clarify this thing. This is far beyond 9 months, because this is a big project. We know how NNP did the roads in the past years and how much time it took. And so, what about the road from CKS to Port Highway? What happened to that road now?
That one I did not hear him mention it. I heard from the airport to Old Wester Hall Gap there. Basically Wester Hall Point Gap, and then that there's another project. I think this one is Calco, that's going to be doing from Old Wester Hall Gap going up to St. Paul's Police Station. And all of these supposed to be taking 9 months.
That's main road is all straight. Yeah, but Grannus main road is much more priority than from Old Wester Hall to St. Paul's Police Station.
Let me ask you, you on the road every day. You ever see the pothole truck down here? You ever see the pothole truck in the south? We ain't good enough for the pothole truck, so we doesn't even get that. You think they bother in with and they only have it in certain parts. They only have it in certain parts of St. David. He can't reach down here at all. They don't consider he as important.
Have a blessed evening.
Brother.
Okay, man. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right. You stay blessed.
Okay. Nice.
Yes, indeed, folks. Yeah. No, that is what taking place. The people say 9 months. That is how they say they're doing the thing in 9 months. That is how long it's going to take them to do that road. 9 months. Yeah? Are we waiting? Not that they'll be in office in 9 months anyway. But don't come and blame us when we have to complete it. No, the NNP will complete it. We'll make sure that it is done properly. We'll make sure that it's done. Yeah? NNP, no, we go handle that. We go make sure that it is done and done properly. Because you all wouldn't be there to complete it. We know you're on the call election. You're going to lose. You won't go your way. Right? We'll complete it. We'll make sure it's done. NNP has a track record of getting these things done. So we'll make sure it's done. Yeah? But stop trying to bamboozle people. You want to call election? Call election. Stop looking so worried every time you go in front of the media. You're looking worried and concerned. No. Be brave and have your bravado that you had before. Go hit that. You find you're going out there, you don't hear it where you want to hear when you go outside. Go on. Call the election. You feel NNP already? Yeah? It's not NNP approaching NDCites to come and be candidate for the NNP. But the NDC, because you all know you don't have your full 15 up to now, is the NDC that had to be going and approaching NNPites to try and be candidates for the NDC. Yeah, but go ahead, Papa. Fight up. 440, we have 5 more minutes remaining. 440-7377. As I said, I will make a final decision on whether or not we have a program tomorrow night. I'll make a final decision by midday tomorrow. I will post it to the Facebook and let you all know if yes, we're having a program or no, we're not having a program tomorrow night. There are some factors I have to take into consideration for Friday night tomorrow as to whether or not we should do a program. Yeah? So again, I will let you all know by midday tomorrow whether or not we are having a program tomorrow night. I know some people vex with me because they want the program tomorrow night. But I know that does go. But yeah, sometimes you have to ease up too. Yeah, sometimes you have to take a little. Some people say do it tomorrow. Yeah, some people say no. Oh, somebody say I will never see a yellow donkey. Boy, I see a lot of yellow donkeys in life already, you know. I see a lot of those. Yeah, man. 9 months, all you. 9 months. Anybody get pregnant, you just take the pregnancy test. You realize, yeah, whatever happened this month. So by the time you make that child, them road's supposed to be finished, yeah? Yeah. You're supposed to be driving on smooth road as you're heading down. You understand? If you're living in the south, smooth road, man. You're heading across. All right? Yes, and folks, you know what? We're going to wrap it here. Yeah, we're going to wrap it about now. Folks, that's all the time we have for Talking Points. Maybe for the week. That's all the time we've had for Talking Points tonight. It's been wonderful being here with you. And in everything you say and do, I want you to do it safe and secure. We want to be speaking to and with you and definitely not about you. Love each and every one of you unconditionally. I am out. I wonder if this man singing the competition tonight yet, boy. Let me try a song from him there.
Sexy. Are you sexy? I take my clothes from off the shelf, and then I decided I'm gonna dress myself. Stand in front of the mirror, I was amazed. Man, I wouldn't lie. Yes, I had to gaze. I never knew that I was so fine. Never knew that I was so fine. Even though I was told that enough time. I told that enough time. I never know man like me exists. The girls call me a narcissist. I'm too sexy for my clothes, too sexy for my pose, too sexy for those goddamn blinking hoes, too sexy for my pants, too sexy for your dance, too sexy for this thing you call romance. I wouldn't hide the way I feel. When I look at myself, I got sex appeal. I doesn't take advantage on women that weak, but the ones with money, that is who I seek. Because I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste my time. I'm looking for wife, not concubine. Wife, not concubine. And even though them girls sexy, none of them don't deserve me. I'm too sexy for my clothes, too sexy for my pose, too sexy for those goddamn blinking hoes, sexy for my pants, too sexy for your dance, too sexy for this thing you call romance, too sexy for my shirt, too sexy for your skirt, too sexy girls you just might get some hurt, too sexy, yeah, too sexy. When I look at my life in retrospect, I must admit I am a symbol of sex. The girls them tell me I'm a stallion, and they would pay any money just to see me perform, because they know I got what it takes. I got what it takes. One wine and bedroom shake, one touch from the singer, girls body running like river. Too sexy, too sexy, real sexy. Are you sexy?
attitude. A blast from the past with the old school style, yeah. Something mixed with flavor to send them going wild. So why talk upon myself to please and come down off the shelf? I come to send them in a mood to whine and to behave rude with the songs of music. Sweetness, sweetness, that is what they getting. Niceness, niceness, only Juve morning. Sweetness, sweetness, that is what they getting. Niceness, niceness, from the front to the back right now. Push it back on me, roll it back, baby, throw it back on the day, la la day. Fire! Whoa! The vibes and the tempo, just keep it coming. This thing sweet like honey, have me blood crawling. Boy, such a feeling in a long time. The music hit the spot, so they're feeling fine. Cause when they on a cruise, they have nothing to lose. This melody go penetrate the soul. I go rock the young, middle-aged and old with music. It's sweetness, sweetness. Hey, that is what they getting. Niceness, niceness. Only Juve morning. Sweetness, sweetness. That is what they getting. Niceness, niceness. From the front to the back right now. Push it back on me, roll it back, baby, throw it back on it. Real thing. Making them perspire, so they're feeling hot. Oh, Mr. Selector, we love from the top. Boy, it's a serious match, they come out to play. Just keep jumping soca, let them break away. Cause when they on the road, it's bumpers, bumpers galon. Oh, they come out to share, that could last